up a new tunnel. There's the transmission, drivetrain is all touching the old floor. So the vehicle's had new floors put in it, and sections have been cut out to get the transmission in with a big block motor. So I'll be fabbing up a tunnel, and maybe how much progress we get today making pattern making. So yesterday laid out everything, made sure I had all the dimensions and all the different angles and things that I needed, and then clearance all the things for the transmission, lines, switches, other things. Incorporated in the pedal for the throttle just to make sure that we've got everything laid out correctly. So I made up some cardboard patterns, also made up a steel profile so you get some idea of what shape this is going to be through the tunnel. That gives me my profile shape. So far good, so good. And we're now looking to get it to conform to all the contours and body shaping, especially on the other side. So as we go around the car, you can see where we have to shape a little bit to miss some of the senders and linkage electrical. We've got dipstick on the other side, but it's coming together nice. Got to make the tail section up. It's going to be a separate section because it's a different contour. So we're just moving the project forward. So now I'm going to start tipping flanges, shaping up, getting radiuses going so they can all be tacked together. Well, here we are at V8, speed and restoration, and making progress on the tunnel. As you can see, getting it to conform and to fit. Lined up with the centre of the tranny. Got our clearances for our senders and our lines. Now we just got to do another panel for that one, which is the next stage, the bulge in the next section. But we're starting to make progress, it's starting to look good. Alright then, well, I thought you just might want to see what we're doing and how it's going. It's starting to look kind of nice. As you can see, we've now got the power bulge in that I talked about, and that's right in here. And we're getting everything clear-coated in, and we're going to come to the back point of the pickup point, which is here. That gives me the height for the tail end. So everything's starting to look nice. As you can see, we've got good fit and form. Everything's getting ready to be marked in and TIG welded in. We've got good clearances on our little power bulge. We've got all our height and our deck shape. We've got our center lines, everything's looking good. And so I'm kind of happy with that. So far so good, moving the project forward. As you can see, we've got the radius profile, and the profile is this little thing here that I was utilizing. So I'm working with Jimmy at V8, and we've got the profile gauge, and as you can see, the profile gauge designates the shape from the front with the angle of the drop all the way through to the cross to the pickup point at the back. So it gives me my height, the deck, the clearance they wanted on the transmission and the look. So we're fitting like a glove. It's kind of nice, I like that. And I think everything's going to work out real well. It's looking real nice from all different angles. So as you can see, it's coming together nicely. Of course, we're going to TIG weld it fully into the floor, front flange. But before we do that, we're going to make the tunnel complete and weld all the pieces together. So now we're going to start working on the tail end, where the drive shaft is, get that piece made up too. And once again, we got the standoff at the back. The standoff is here, so we're making this section through here. It's coming together real nice. As you can see, we've still got a little bit more fitting and forming to do. It needs a little bit of a drop in it. You could just push down on that just a section a little bit, just to see as it cushions in. You can now see how that profile comes across and marries up to my profile and coming through. We needed to drop it down for the seat, and everything's starting to look real good. So very happy with it. Just a little bit of manipulation. So here we are at V8, speed and Resto, and we've welded up the tunnel, the front section to the middle section to the tail end. Just cleaning up our weld, just detail it, we're going to finish it up. Starting to look good. So everything fits up in the car. We welded all our pieces together and we fitted it to the floor, so we've got a nice fit to the floor pan. We've got the power bolts for all the little senders and such like that we need. So we're getting close to marking it in and getting ready to weld. So I'm working with Jimmy. Jimmy's got the tail section that he's started to work on. As you can see, we've got to go through to the rear end. And so he's been shaping the panel up at the beginning to match the floor, and also to come into the tail section that we're going to have to do for the floor pan coming on the rear. So everything's coming together nicely, it's starting to look good. I'm very happy with it. And so we've managed to make up the tunnel section all the way through, and even got some of the tail section with the rear panel. The very last part of the tunnel we've got to finish off, but at least it's detailed with a flange, and it fits in fairly nicely. So kind of happy with what we've got. Just some detail lines on it. We put a couple of bead rolls, that in a pull max, got our flanges, got our set stuff done. As I say, this area here, we still got to detail some more, but it's starting to look the part. So not a bad looking tunnel, I don't think, all in all. We've made up the tunnel, complete section all the way through. We've got the clearance to the engine, transmission and the drive shaft, and so now we just got to walk over to the car and have a little look, see what we got to cut in. Me and Jimmy are going to mark it in. We're going to put it into position and just laid some dicom down so we can mark it accurately, get this all trimmed in, and then we're going to get it tack welded in with the TIG welder. So it'll be a two-man job, one underneath and one on top. Seems to be coming together real nice. So hopefully things will go well. A lot of welding. So we got the 57 Chevy wagon, the Ford wagon, sorry. And we're going to be pinning down the tunnel, getting this ready to weld in. So we've got the dicom down, working with Jimmy. He's going to pin it down, and it's just me to weld this tunnel in. So it fits real nice, just a natural fit, which is what we want. By the time we pin it down, it'll be a nice snug fit. Mark it in and cut it in, and then start tack welding up. We're going to TIG weld it all the way through. So I think it's starting to look the part, looking good. And goes in with the new floors. We've just finalised and tacked in the complete floor and tunnel together, and so it fit real nice. I was very happy with it. We've got some detail hammering and dollying to do, but other than that, it's all complete, tacked in. So now we've just got to fully weld. As you can see, we're we're looking nice and flush and no huge gaps. Little corners there we welded fully, and just came all the way down and through it. And I welded on the tail section, and now we've got to join the tail section to the other last section to the floor. So happy with how it came out. Jimmy was underneath the car and I was on top. So Kingdom Metalworks has been asked to come in and do a tunnel and also the rear floor section. So now we are making up the rear section. It's going to go from here all the way up to the top here. And so we're basically just made up a two-piece panel with full max wage in it. Got just a little detail of bead roll. And we're just going to weld the two panels together and then position them in the car and continue the tunnel back. So far so good. It's looking good. I'm very happy with the way it's come out, nice and level on the floors. So it's a 57 Ranchero, it's the wagon, and it's got a custom engine and transmission and rear end.